Hi, I'm Jillian from Offshore Management Training, where you're gaining tips and tools on how to manage your team from a distance. This week, I want to talk to you about taking trips with your teams while you are physically there in their country. So I just had a trip to India a couple weeks ago, and while there, I took a trip, a 2-night, 3-day trip with my managers, and it was absolutely incredible, and I dare say the best use of my time while I was there. Here is why. If you physically work in an office with somebody over time, over a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, you're going to get little tidbits, little anecdotes. You're going to find out about their spouses, about their kids, about the things in life that they are interested in. When you work offshore, when you and your team are separated, you don't get any of that. The only time you have to interact with them is during like the conference calls or the Zoom meetings or what have you. So when you're physically there in the country with them, you need to jam pack that level of relatedness into a very finite amount of time. During my 6th visit to India, I took an overnight trip with my managers, and it was so phenomenal that during my 7th trip, I said, guys, I want to do this again. And also now I have a new manager and also a new data analyst for the team. And so I wanted to make sure that they got fully incorporated. Here's a great thing about it. After time, the guards came down and they kind of relaxed, and you got to see the true dynamics between them. So I'll give you an example. I don't like to be interrupted. I don't allow myself to be interrupted, and I don't allow my managers to interrupt each other. However, their natural state is to interrupt each other. And so now they have this thing where they still interrupt, but when they do it very politely. Oh, sorry to cut you off, bud. And they keep talking. Since we were, like on a work trip or a vacation, I didn't stress it too much. However, as the weekend went on, they got a little snippier with each other. I'm like, okay, all right, don't cut me off. Let me finish. And it was great for me to see that, because that's probably how they interact with each other all the time when I'm not around. And so it took a full day and a half of us being together day and night, in and out, for like the true colors to come out, and for me to see like where the true allegiances were and where the true friction points were. And so I feel so much more informed about the hidden dynamics of my team than I did before the Goa trip. And so that's a benefit of it. I was able to compress probably 6 months worth of data and information into 3 days and 2 nights. And so that is why it is so imperative that when you have the opportunity to spend real time with your teams, you do so. And also, it's super cheap. There were 6 of us in total. There were flights, there was a rented car, there were dinners. The villa that we stayed in had an infinity pool. All of this came up to $2,000 for the 6 of us. So we're not talking big money here, but it's going to be the best money that you ever spent. So once again, I'm Jillian from Offshore Management Training. Near or far, manage like a star.